Hi students, I hope all will be fine. Be safe and stay home. Don't disturb your parents. Just go through the videos what we are uploading from our school. Clear ma'am? Don't waste your time. So today in grade 8 social science, first that is from history, we are going to see the first lesson. So what is that first lesson is unit 1 is advent of the Europeans. So nothing here how the people they came from European. Okay, that it is some people they have come from Europe and they settle in our country. What are the changes they gave to our country? That's what we are going to learn in this lesson. So just see the learning objectives to know what that is what are the things. Okay, in modern India, what are the how many kinds of sources, what are the kinds of sources we are going to learn, and we will be understanding what is the Portuguese trade interest in India, and we can also understand the impact of Portuguese and Dutch presence in India. Then we will be knowing about the colonial settlements of Denmark and how the arrival and settlement of English, French, East India companies how they arrived here. That's what we are going to see in this lesson. So see in this introduction, many foreign travelers, okay ma'am, not only travelers, many peoples for traders, missionaries and civil servants, they reached our country in the 18th and 19th centuries. Clear? They have left many accounts. They also helped in developing our country. Okay, that's what we are going to learn. So what is the sources of modern India? Okay, so we itself know now only there are some for each and every department they are having some ministers, but in previous year with the help of the king they used to rule the country. So what the king they will be saying, that is the order for the people those who are living under his control. But now we are having many things. Okay, for each and every department we are giving more preference also. So the modern India help us to know the political, socio-economic and cultural developments in the country. So the first Portuguese came inside, next Dutch, French, Danes and the English recorder, that is there are people transaction. So in the previous years we don't have much education, yes or no? So there will be a person who will be transacting, that is he will be saying that word what if we are speaking in Tamil na, they does not know English na, they will be converting and giving the statements. Okay, so next is the archers at Lipson, Goa, Pondicherry and Madras were literally source houses of precious historical informations. So there are many houses which is showing the some historical information also. So what are the kinds of sources? There are two types, one is written source and material source. So written source in sense how they lived. Okay, written source in sense how they lived in the previous years. Material source in that in the olden age how the people they have built the houses, what they did, how they lived. So in your previous class you might have seen that the wall painting, that is prehistory, proto-history and what is history, yes or no? So in that you might have learned some that is the people those who are living in that ancient period, they used to draw some paintings in the wall. From that we can understand how the people learned, yes or no, lived. So first is the written source. So after the people start to live, start to write, they give many things for printing. Okay, so the Tamil, what they are writing in Tamil, for example it may be novel or whatever it may be, so they will be translating it into the many languages like French, English, Hindi, whatever they need. So which people liked that novel most, they will be translating it to their language. Clear ma? So next, some Europeans they just came for a tour. Okay, they came here and they were impressed in our country. So how our country is very good, how they are living, they were impressed in that, and they want India to, that is our people to be in their control. The wealth of India attract Europeans to this country. Clear ma? A person called Anandarangan. Okay, wow. So he was the first person who passion. So what is the passionate translator? That is the one if they don't know what is Tamil and English. So they if they know only Hindi, na, they will be converting it into Tamil or English, and they will be saying the meaning what they are saying. Okay, that is called as Dabash. So he is the first person in Pondicherry to assist French trade in India. Clear ma? French trade in India. He recorded the events that took place. So he wrote diaries. That is, the diary events contains the things from the year 1736 to 1760. So how the French people they took the things. So this written source reveal the people how the olden people they lived in our country. So the next is archives. So archives is nothing but it is a historical documents. Okay, this is the historical documents are preserved. So in this place we can say like museums. So in museums what they will be keeping, the people those who are lived in the olden age, they will be collecting their things and they will be keeping there. Yes or no? So that is the place is called as archives, the where the historical documents are contained. Okay, where they have kept. So it is located in Delhi. Okay, the National Archives of India is located in Delhi. So it is the storehouse of the records of the government of India. So in the olden age, how the people that is how the government people what they did. The record only it is stored in the National Archives. So in Tamil Nadu, there is a archive that is the Madras Record Office, which is in Tamil Nadu. Archives is located in Chennai. So it is the most oldest and largest documents in southern India. So in Chennai, they have kept the archives what happened in our Tamil Nadu. Clear ma? Yes. So here the collections include series of, so what are the collection they are keeping here now? Administrative records in Dutch, Danish, Persian and Marathi. So what the people, that is French people, Dutch people, Danish, Persian, what they did, that only they have kept in this archives. Few documents are in French, Portuguese, Tamil and Urdu. So the documents which are kept in Chennai are in which languages? Yes, French, Portuguese, Tamil and Urdu. So Tamil Nadu Archives has totally 1642 volumes of Dutch records. Which records? Dutch records. How many volumes? 1642. Clear ma? Which relate to Cochin and Coromandel Coast. So that archives, that is that record related to Cochin and Coromandel Coast. So what these records are saying, so from which period it is now? 16, that is 1657 to 1845. Then some records based on Danian's records cover the period from 1777 to 1845. Then some what happened in our country. So he opened a new chapter in the history of Tamil Nadu Archive. Who opened ma? Yes, Dotwell prepared with that. So he is the first issue of the calendar of Madras record was published in 1970. Who is that person? Dotwell. Clear ma? So next is material sources. So in your previous lessons you might have learned that modern paintings, oil paintings and etc. That is the material source. So some paintings are the main source of modern India history. So what that paintings are showing, it is giving more information about the people, that is historical personalities and the national leaders. Okay ma, so what that painting is stating about the achievements, and it is giving more information about the national leaders and historical personalities. Clear? So some historical buildings, that is Francis Church at Cochin, Louis Fort at Pondicherry, George Fort in Madras, David Fort in Cutler, that is India Gate, Parliament House, President House in New Delhi. It shows the history. These buildings are all historical buildings. Clear? So next, some coins are a good source. So some coins are a good source to know about administrative history. that is the coin, okay, was issued in 1862, that is 1862, okay ma. So the first coinage in modern India under the crown was issued in 1862. So Edward VII assured there after Queen Victoria, and the coins issued by him bore his model. Clear? So here the bank, that is the Reserve Bank of India, was formally set up in 1935. In which year the Reserve Bank was set up? In 1935. And it was empowered to issue Government of India notes. So it at first, in which place, in which year they started to give the coins? By which bank? Reserve Bank in 1935. Clear? The first paper currency issued by RBI. So that is, now we are having no 500 note or 1000 rupee note. So like that, the first paper currency is issued by RBI. Okay ma? In January 1938. That is, was 5 rupee notes bearing the portrait of King George VI. So nowadays we can see who in that thing note. Yes, we can see Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. So the first paper note was issued by RBI in January 1938. So next is advent of the Europeans. So first what they did now, the Turks people, what they did now, they captured the Constantinople, that is a place in the by the Turk. Okay, ma'am. In which year? 1453, that is 1453. So after they captured that place, what they did now, they stopped, they closed all the routes from India and the Europe. So the people, they can't able to come India, and the people those who are in India can't able to move to Europe. So what they did, they penetrate in North Africa and Balkan Peninsula. So which place the Turk people first occupied? North Africa and Balkan Peninsula. It became imperative on the part of the European nations to discover new sea routes to the east. So they only started. So nowadays we know the route to move for many places. So who developed that? So in the olden age, the people, they developed, they gave some routes. Fine. So first is the Portugal. So among us, the entire European nations, Portugal was the foremost to make a dynamic attempt to discover a sea route to India. So comparing to Portuguese, the European, okay, comparing to the European, the Portugal persons, what they did now, they started to form a sea route to India. So how we can move in the sea to the India? So the first, Prince Henry, who's Prince Henry of Portugal, who's commonly known as the navigator. So navigator in sense showing the way, okay, showing the way to move to the other place. So what he did now, he called all the persons in his country, and he asked which are, so some places it might be not shown in the map. So they all went to different places and they formed the route to come to the India. So he was patronized by King John II. Patronized na, how who protected him na? King John. Okay ma. Next is Vasco da Gama. So he was the next Portuguese who sailed and reached first in the southernmost point of Africa. Then he started his journey to Mozambique, where he sailed to India with the help of an Indian pilot. So the help of Indian pilot, where he is moving. So first he is reaching the southernmost point of Africa. Then he is continuing to Mozambique with an Indian pilot. So he is the first person to discover the route to the India. He reached Calicut, where he was cordially received by King Zamarion. So King Zamarion is welcoming him. Okay, in which year? 1498. That is 1498. So next, who is coming to India? Pedro Alvarez Cabral. So he is coming with 13 ships. Okay, sailed towards India following the route discovered by Vasco da Gama. So Vasco da Gama in one way, no. So it is the way who is coming the who who has who is coming now. Who is the second person to come here? Pedro Alvarez Cabral. Okay, well, he is coming with 13 ships and a few hundred soldiers in 1500. Okay, he is the second person who is coming back of Vasco da Gama. Next again, Vasco da Gama see our country wealth, and he's coming second time with 20 ships and founded a trading center at Cananore. Okay, so a place in Cananore he is coming and he is starting to sell the things what he has brought from the Portuguese. Okay, so next one after another they established factories at Calicut and Cochin. So many people now what they did, they are coming to India and they started to build many factories. Other people, will we allow other persons to come and sit in our house? No. So what the king started, King Zamorian, they started to attack Portuguese, okay ma, in Cochin, but it was failed. The people they occupied all the places in that area. Okay, so King Zamorian attacked the Portuguese in Cochin but was defeated. Cochin was the first capital of Portuguese. Okay, Portuguese East India Company. So which is the capital of that Portuguese East India Company? Cochin. Then the third voyage of Vasco da Gama was in 1524. So again he is coming back to our country in 1524. He soon fell ill and in December 1524 he died in Cochin. So what happened to him? Yes.
So students, I hope you might have understand about the thing what we have learned in the advent of Europeans. The remaining topic we will be seeing in the next class. Thank you.